place to be, where art, life, and spirituality connects you and me. Science of mind and spirit, the foundation we teach and live. Love, joy, and belonging are the gifts we have to give. Our consciousness, our being, open at the bottom, open at the top. We're not simply one with God, but we are it itself. It will never stop. SIA, our spiritual center, family and home. It's where we come to practice and remember there is only one life, one mind, one infinite, eternal, self-existent. 'Cause we pause, embodying all that we are. We shine like a glorious star. Our consciousness, our being, open at the bottom, open at the top. We're not simply one with God, but we are it itself. It will never stop. SIA, our spiritual center, family and home. It's where we come to practice and remember there is only one. Spirituality is our way of life. We value laughter, truth, and justice. We express artistry as our living practice. So come and join us at SIA. Know you found a community that will love you every day.
Namaste, greetings and blessings, and welcome to the Center for Spiritually Integrated Arts. This is our Sunday message, and I am Reverend Dr. Raymont Anderson, the founder and spiritual director of this center. And I invite you to watch not only this Sunday message, but any of our archived messages. I invite you to join any classes or events that we have going on. I invite you to reach out and email if you have any questions. Questions about this community, questions about me, questions about what we do, or questions about this science of mind and spirit, liberation theology that we practice and teach. And if by chance you find yourself seeking beloved community with other like-minded beings, even if you already belong, are a member of another community, church, or center, you are more than free to have multiple affiliations wherever you are fed and find community. You are invited. And lastly, feel free to click like, subscribe, and share this or any other message or announcements with others in your circle. And with that, much appreciation, love, and blessings. Enjoy the message.
SIA is the place to be. So buckle up, we're making history. And if you are willing, repeat after me. I am love. I am love. it right. One more time. I am love. I am joy. I am divine. Amen. Yes, you are. Amen. Yes, you are. Now today's message begins.
Namaste and greetings once again. June, higher, deeper love. I was made for loving you. What does that mean? So some people say we were born to love all life. But what if we were born as love and as life itself? Period. And what I mean by that is, what if the more we truly understood what is ours to be, the more that would free us up. It would free ourselves to do all of the things that are ours to do, including loving others. Breathe. Loving others, we make it sound like it's easy. We make it sound like it's boop, boop, ding, or boop, boop, doop, 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 and it's magically done. Frosted Lucky Charms. I love all these people. It's not as easy as it sounds. And it's because of how we are perceiving one another. We are perceiving one another through and as the messiness and the confusion and the pain and the imperfection and the trauma of life. And so when we are hurt, it's hard to love. Even if it's not the same person that hurt us, the trauma makes it harder to love another. Betrayal makes it harder to love. Abandonment makes it harder to love. And it's because of the pain, the messiness, the chaos. And yet, still, we are invited into a higher and deeper awareness of love, where we are asking ourselves, how am I able to love no matter what? Because what I'm loving is God. What I'm loving is truth. It has nothing to do with this person and their behavior. It's the truth of them. I love that. I don't love the behavior. I don't love the betrayal. I don't love the stuff. But I love the them that is God expressing. And as I do that, then I can say, well, now, how actively, consciously, and actively am I showing up in the world as a demonstration of love? How am I showing up as the very manifestation of love in the world? How am I being that and allowing the doing to happen naturally. It's a natural byproduct of the being. Breathe. So if we are going to say we were made for love and stuff, well, what does it mean for something to be made? As a verb, it's the past and present participle of make. So then what, therefore, does make mean? Make, a versatile verb, meaning to create, we were created for, meaning to produce, we were created, we were made, we were produced to, we were caused for, we exist because. We were shaped, we are shaped, and therefore we shape our experiences as a result of this thing called love. Okay. I think I'm following along. So it's sort of like we're Dr. Victor von Frankenstein, and we are in the laboratory, and we get to make the life that we desire to live, experience. But wait. Does that mean we, like Dr. Frankenstein, we are monsters? Because the image, that's not Frankenstein. It's actually called the Frankenstein monster or Frankenstein's monster. We often call him Frankenstein, but that's incorrect, technically. But okay, wait. So I'm trying to wrap my head around this idea. We were made. Well, that implies a maker. What if there is no maker? Like there is no creator. There's simply creation. And creation creates. And one of the creations created by creation is us as creation, which sort of makes us, that's why we are able to create. Okay, so wait. Come with me as we adventure into this. Because there are a lot of different ways we could look at this. But for a moment, let's pause and think about it simply by looking at the human body. The human body is made up of what? What is the composition of the human body? Do you know? And no, I don't specifically mean just bones, muscles. I mean deeper than that. The deeper composition, the elemental composition. Do you know? Like it says, there are 118 chemical elements in existence, but only 21 of them make up the entire complexity of the body's structure and functions. Okay, 21, but oxygen, carbon, right? Like these four, the main elements of life. They make up 96% of the human body. 3% calcium, sulfur, iron. 1% zinc, copper, cobalt. This is what the human body is made up of. The base elements. So the moment we pause and say, so my skin is made up of zinc and copper and hydrogen and carbon, and my lungs are made up of, and my heart and my eyeballs, and all of this human body stuff, the muscles, the organs, the tissue, the bones, the blood, all of it. These are the chemicals in very precise amounts that make up the human body. Now, why is this even important? Because in order for that to be what's created, as parents have children and children become parents and so on and so forth, this whole genealogy thing, it's important to understand that the genes, the DNA, carry the code to create another body based on the same chemical compound. There's already a blueprint. So if it works this way physically, does it also work that way spiritually? Yes, it has to. It works that way spiritually first. Spiritually, there is a template, a blueprint, a pattern, a design that outpictures as the physical body. And in many ways, there's also a blueprint, a template for various personality traits as well. Various other characteristics, such as the ability to comprehend language, translate language, create customs and rituals and stuff. So let's pause for a moment and think about it this way. There's a passage in the Bible where it says we were created in the image and likeness of God. But what if we have a new opportunity as New Thought 4.0 to think about it not specifically as we are made in the image and likeness of a creator, an anthropomorphic God, but we are made in the image and likeness of our genes. Because we are physically, but once again, spiritually, we are made in the image and likeness of our genes. We are made in the image and likeness of God, expressing every wow. God expressing everything, every who, everyone, every what. God expressing as it all. And the W could be every when and everywhere. God expressing now all of it, simultaneously. So there is fully God, smartphone, fully God, Bliss Sticks, fully God, Scotch tape, fully God, Ray. Simultaneously. God expressing now. Simultaneously. My belief that God is love, that love is everything. Our true destiny sustains me. All awakening to love is spiritual awakening. Breathe. Spiritual awakening is our awakening to love, as we are reminded that love is God. So when we say genes, God expressing now, it actually is a way of saying love expressing now. But we also have the opportunity to think of it as Noel, now only expressing love simultaneously. Are you now only expressing love simultaneously? right? When you were, well, I don't know, you may have done it as an adult. Christmas carols. The first Noel. Are you familiar with that? Or we're going to sing Christmas Noels, right? Did you ever pause or ever go look up what is the etymology of Noels? Okay, we're going to get there. Just want to let you know, because that's an acronym. But this idea of now only expressing love simultaneously means the human, the divine, it's one and the same. Simultaneously. Now only expressing love as human, now only expressing love as the divine, now only expressing love as God expressing itself. So, the etymology, Noel, French derived term for Christmas, right? So when people used to say they would sing Christmas Noels, they were actually saying they would sing Christmas Christmases. Funny, isn't it? But it is derived from the Latin natalis, meaning birth. So a Noel represents birth, now only expressing love simultaneously, is our way of awakening daily birthing our Christ consciousness, daily birthing our awareness of what love is as us, what it is being, and what it calls us to do daily. Today's Noels, we live and we breathe. Now, only expressing love. Love synonym for God. Now only expressing God. Now only expressing love. Simultaneously. When we let the love that is within us go out to the God who is in and as all people, and the divine presence that is in and as all things, T-wow, then we are loving God with all of our heart and with all of our soul and with all of our mind, because we are recognizing that the spirit that is within us and is us is the exact same spirit that we meet in and as others. Namaste. This is loving our neighbors as ourselves. What's the highest commandment according to the Bible? To love God with all your heart, mind, and soul. To love, love. So there's a story that I came across where two interactions, God with God. I am so lucky. Grocery store customer says, small talk with cashier saved her life. Small talk. As Yoda said, judge me by my size, do you? As well, you should not. There's no such thing as small talk, technically, especially when it is a form of the gospel, meaning the truth, the good news. So this story was published November 27th, 2025. At a North Dakota grocery store, one longtime customer's friendly conversation with a cashier turned out to be life-saving. When customers walk into the Cash-Wise grocery store in Fargo, there's no mistaking the friendly voice of cashier Elvira Gentry, known for her kindness and warmth. Gentry is a fan favorite, with some customers waiting in line just to see her. This is just so refreshing, and you can feel her presence way back in the line, said Pam Thorson, a nurse and a longtime Cash-Wise customer. One day, Thorson was in line getting ready to check out. She and Gentry started talking about breast cancer screenings. She goes, "I had my mammogram and got squished and all that stuff," Thorson said. The two laughed, but when Gentry heard it had been years since Thorson's last mammogram, she encouraged her to go get a checkup. She said, "I'm going to listen to you, girl," Gentry said. And Thorson did. She had a physical, an ultrasound, and a mammogram. The mammogram led to an early breast cancer diagnosis for which Thorson is now taking chemotherapy. When she called me and she shared with me the results, it broke my heart, Gentry said. She was like, "I'm so sorry." But I told her that she was responsible for saving my life. I tear up every time. I am so lucky it got caught when it did. And if it hadn't been for her, it never would have happened. Thurston's husband also credits Gentry with saving his wife's life, thanking the cashier recently over speakerphone. "I was shocked," said Elvira. "I want to thank you for saving my wife's life." Did I read that right? I don't know. "I was shocked," he said. "Elvira, I want to thank you for saving my wife's life." Sometimes we can't predict who will cross our path or why. For Thorson, it was Gentry, the comforting, soft-spoken cashier who was and is always a divine demonstration and expression of God, who shared with another divine incarnation and expression of God what love looks like when love is being love. I love my customers, and I love what I do. You got to love what you do to do what you love. You got to be love to love what you do, to love who you are, to love who they are. Breathe. Everyone wants to be loved. Everyone wants to love. Everyone wants to be supported with love, enwrapped in love, showered with love. Everyone wants to feel that they are needed, that they are wanted. Every person desires to feel important in the lives of others, and that their life is important in the grand scheme of this thing called life. Everyone wants to have meaning. They want their lives to have meaning. And part of that meaning includes love. By any chance, are you familiar with this young monkey? Goes by the nickname of Punch. Because Punch is viral. Punch is all over the internet. But why? Because Punch inspires this great wellspring of love to flow. Because Punch's mother abandoned him, and the zookeepers, trainers, gave him the stuffed orangutan, which Punch has adopted as its whatever, surrogate mom, sibling, whatever. But wherever Punch is, it's not far behind. There's only one other, generally one other, maybe sometimes two, others that Punch is showering of love and the receiving of love. And that's the zookeeper that gave him the stuffy. This interaction and this whole story pulls on the heartstrings of people who know what it's like to feel abandoned, who know what it's like to feel outcast and bullied, because part of the story also involves watching some of the other monkeys bully Punch, which sparks outrage on the internet. But there is a call for compassion, because so many people simply want to grab Punch up and hug Punch and let Punch know you are loved. If we can do that for a monkey, if we can wish that for a monkey, can we also wish that for all of the children on the face of the planet? Can we wish that for the children in Gaza right now, in the Ukraine right now, in so many nations in Africa right now? Can we wish the same kind of love and compassion and support for the LGBTQ children here in the United States right now, who are being denied health care right now? Can we love everyone simultaneously right now? Because, see, it's easy. You know, the Bible says it's easy to love somebody when they're nice to you. It's easy to love somebody. You know, it's easy to be nice to the airline attendant who is nice to you. It's easy to be nice to the barista who is nice to you, to the bus driver who is nice to you. That's easy. But what about, or vice versa, vice versa. It's easy to be the barista who is nice to the customer when the customer is nice, when the patron is nice, when the person flying is nice. But there are those times when the person ain't nice. Somebody ain't nice. Doesn't matter. Love expressing now. What is our lens? How are we seeing with the eyes of love? Because it's what we are. Doesn't mean we accept abuses from people, but it means we are able to see through the lens. We are able to see beyond that, so that we are now only expressing love simultaneously. Christ consciousness. Are we able to love now, no matter what? Even when, are we able to love? Recognizing that someone else's, whatever that may be, trauma, baggage, it's being projected to us, but it's not ours to take. Can we love nonetheless? When you cannot prevent an event from occurring, the focus must shift to detection, response, and adaptation. Key strategies include: accept the situation for what it is, control your own reaction, and build resilience. It is often a signal to embrace patience, focus on what is within your control, and learn to manage your response rather than trying to micromanage the outcome. I invite you to come back and, read this and save it and reference back as needed, but key approaches to many situations that are unpreventable. Focus on your response. Embrace resilience. Detect and adapt, while also prioritizing your self-care. Breathe. So things are going to happen. You can't control everybody. You can't make them do what you want them to do all the time. There's going to be that somebody. Mm. 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 There's going to be that situation. Mm. There's going to be that something. How do you tap into those key ways of, once again, what was that last one? Was that last one? What was the last one? The very last one. The very last one on the previous list. What was it? Prioritizing self-care, which is an expression of love. Do you love yourself enough to prioritize your self-care? Love must go forth to meet love. All people are rooted in God. And it is only as we go down to the roots of our being that we unify with others in spirit and in truth. Everything that follows is the play of life upon itself. Love must go forth to meet love. All people are rooted in God. Breathe. To love is to recognize. To be loved is to be recognized by the other. Who are you invited to recognize? And in what way do you want others to recognize you? Do you recognize you? Self-love, self-care, self-worth is the foundation of our loving practice. Without it, other efforts to love must fail. If you don't have the very thing that holds it together, it must fail. Giving ourselves love, we provide our inner being, our totality of being, with the opportunity to have the unconditional love we may have always longed for to receive, but didn't. Now we are creating the very network so that we recognize it, we are recognized by it, we receive it, we thrive as a result of it. Are we giving ourselves love to provide inner well-being for ourselves, which then once again lays the seeds so that we are now growing relationships and situations where we are now surrounded with and by said love? I mean, I'm just asking. I'm asking for a friend. Love is as love does. Mama said life is like a box of chocolates because love is as love does. Love is an act of will, namely, both an intention and an action. Will also implies choice because we do not have to love. We choose to love. See, I can understand and recognize I am a divine incarnation of God and choose not to live from that awareness because I like being rude. I like being mean. I like being disrespectful. I like whatever that is. I like that because it feeds me. Don't judge me. You don't know me. Or I can choose. I am a divine expression of God, God being synonymous with love. I am a divine expression of love. So I choose love. Love is what motivates my intentions. Love motivates my actions. Love is the fuel that drives all that I am and all that I do. I choose it. Breathe. The four elements of true love. It's a Buddhist teaching. loving kindness, and friendship, the ability to offer happiness and joy to those we love. It is not just about affection, but having the capacity to nourish the other person, which requires first cultivating joy within yourself. Compassion, the capacity to understand the suffering of oneself and the suffering of another, and to work to transform that suffering. Compassion arises from deep looking and understanding. Boop. Pause for a brief commercial announcement. You know how many times in New Thought we talk about turning away from the condition, turning away from the effect? Don't look at it and don't give it attention. This teaching says, look at it, understand it, and then heal it. Just saying. Joy. True love brings joy to both partners, to all people. It is a shared, light-hearted happiness that sustains the relationship. And lastly, equanimity and non-attachment. Non-discrimination or freedom. It involves letting go of the need to possess the other person and seeing yourself in them. Fostering an inclusive love without boundaries or without selfishness, without transactional love. Breathe. Because we're invited to find the space within New Thought for those four key elements. How can we embody that and practice that? How do we interweave them? Personality is the flowering of spirit within us, the coming forth of a secret relationship that we all hold to God. The people who have most completely influenced the human race throughout the ages are the people who have known this, are the people who have made little effort to influence others. It's not about influencing. It's about, because I ain't trying to control you. I'm trying to heal the world, right? Like a doctor. If I can find the cure for Alzheimer's, then it helps everybody, not just this one person's grandma. So I'm not making it just about one person. Because if I'm only focusing on loving one person, to what degree are we influencing all of collective consciousness, the entire human race, by understanding who and what we are? Love begets tolerance, and tolerance begets understanding, which is being able to put oneself in the other person's place and see why that person has acted the way they have acted and why they do what they have done. Thus, love can create a better world in which to live. It is the one power which can and must bring peace to an ever-changing world. I don't like the word tolerance so much. I've had a problem with it since way back when I was a public school teacher, and we used to have this magazine referencing tolerance. It was an educational magazine. And it always got oof, because I don't want to be tolerated. So we're going to remix. Ready? Tolerance says I would rather not be around you. but I will endure you. Love says, whether I like you or not, I see you and I know you for the truth of what you are. And I accept that, even when I will not accept your behavior. Love begets love, and love sees the truth. Some key aspects of Thich Nhat Hanh's philosophy of love. To love means to be there. Understanding is love's other name. No separation and freedom. To love means to be there. True presence is the foundation of love. If you are not present to yourself, to your life, to your friends, to your family, then you cannot truly love. Understanding is love's other name. Without understanding a person's struggles, their aspirations, their pain, one cannot offer true love. No separation. True love dissolves the barrier between oneself and the other. The happiness of the other person is your own happiness. Freedom. True love does not trap the beloved like a prisoner. It allows them to grow and to maintain their own freedom. Breathe. To actively embody and engage the science of mind and spirit 4.0 is to practice conscious awareness of who and what we are as often as possible. The intention is to give 100% each day, to be 100% each day. What exercises can help build these muscles? What can we do to increase personal awareness about who we are? What motivates us? What scares us? What distracts us? What we avoid? And what we desire? We cannot truly live the science of mind and spirit 4.0 without this self-awareness as well. So we are invited to study, integrate, and apply the teaching in all areas of our lives, all day, every day. That is the desired experience. A life that we know is God as us. Breathe. This week's affirmation, our declaration, I will say it first, and if it resonates with you, I invite you to repeat it with me the second time. I live, move, care, heal, and share as love. It's in my genes and my DNA. Together, I live, move, care, heal, and share as love. It's in my genes and my DNA. And so it is. This week's journal exercises or the Thursday night study group questions. Number 1, how actively am I showing up as love? What's the evidence? Number 2, in what ways do I express love to myself and for myself? Number 3, when have I dismissed or been unable to receive and give love? What were the circumstances and what were the reasons that I could not? Number 4. What do the 4 elements of true love invite me to be and to do? Number 5. How can I practice the key aspects of Thich Nhat Hanh's philosophy of love? And lastly, what does it mean for me to embody love in my genes? And how can I, technically it's Noel's, but how can I Noel? Breathe. And yes, there is always a way to continue the practice. So this week you are invited to have a conversation with someone. What you perceive to be the way of balancing that allows you to love everyone, even those you do not like. Is that kind of balance actually possible? Discuss it. And breathe as we enter into that space and that awareness of prayer, where we recognize and understand who and what we are. We are all that love is. Love is all that we are. Love, our heart that pumps blood. Love, pumping love that keeps this body alive. Love as the expression of carbon and oxygen and copper and all of those elements that form the very structure of this body. It is all a divine expression of love. Love creating, love as the creation, love as the energy that moves the creation, love as the energy that inspires the creation. Love is the inspiration itself. All that we are and all that we do, love is present. Even at times when we do not see it or cannot recognize it, love is present. Even in the most heinous of things, love is there. When Oppenheimer created this massive weapon of destruction, was it not created out of materials it's created out of God? It's created out of love, even if the use of it is not love or loving. Love is still present. All of the weapons used, bullets and knives, they are made out of God. But because humans have free will, we choose to use such instruments to cause harm. That is the choice. People choose to ignore love, choose to ignore care and compassion, forgiveness. And so in this moment, we anchor and recognize that this is a prime opportunity to shift that consciousness, knowing that there is only one mind. As I shift what is in my mind, it moves throughout the entirety of the one mind, which increases the likelihood that somebody right now, sitting in a room, in an apartment building, considering something not so healthy, not so safe, something in their mind clicks, something in their heart clicks, something in their being clicks, and they call for help. They change their mind. They begin to heal. Conversations that I have with others, it's built on that same energy. Love. As we said, it's in our genes, it's in our DNA. It is all that we are. And knowing that love is what we are being, We allow love to beget love, love to do what is nature's love's nature to do. Breathe. Choosing right now in this moment to be the very ambassadors of love, the very demonstration of love, the very activity of love, as we create a world that works for all, built on the foundation of love, systems anchored in love, operating based upon values rooted in love, serving as love, caring as love, healing as love. The law does what it always does. It receives and it acts accordingly. The amen is already in motion. The prayer is already answered. And so we act accordingly. If it's already who we are, then do it. If it's already what we are, then do it. Let that be the energy that now moves us out into the world to be the example, the demonstration, and the healing presence of love. And so it is. And so it is. Namaste and blessings, as usual. Have an amazing week to the best of your ability. We will see you at some point during the week. Or right back here. Same bat time, same bat channel. It's June. There's a possibility that my book is already available for purchase now. I just thought about that. See you soon. Love you.
Today's message is complete, something to believe, seed of truth that we can practice if we choose to receive. As we take the science of mind and spirit pour it over to every corner of the world where the healing needs to go. We know it's not a secret, can't block behind a door. It's the wisdom that we're living and love is what we share it for. Now step into the world, be a healing, hopeful beacon. You're walking the path and offering to all who may be seeking. Know it, practice it, live it every day. That's how we heal the consciousness. We wash the ignorance away. Time to heal the world and make the vision come true. No more waiting for someone else to do what we can do. With gratitude, love, and a joy so deep. We have principles, practices, and promises we're all going to keep. Take the teaching out into the busy street, to every stranger and every soul you meet. Dedication to liberation is the key we hold. A story of freedom that's waiting to be told. Right where you are is holy ground. Feel into your rhythm and the sacred sound. You're an incarnation of the divine. You're holy, powerful, and good. And you are called to be that in the world and do what only you could. Know it, practice it, live it every day. That's how we heal the consciousness. We wash the ignorance away. Time to heal the world and make the vision come true. No more waiting for someone else to do what we can do. With gratitude, love, and a joy so deep. We have principles, practices, and promises we're all going to keep. Oh, 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 oh. know that you are loved.